Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt, and Mr. Ed here.
Greetings.
To review the Jose Piedra Cazadores. These, thanks to Mr. Ed, has brought these. They are a mixed filler Cuban cigar, so we will see how this goes.
We are not afraid.
I'm kind of afraid, but we're gonna. It's a budget cigar, very, very cheap as Cubans get. Although it is the #2 selling Cuban.
I think we should show the disclosure, the warning here.
Oh, there is a warning. Yes.
That the sanitation authorities advise smoking kills. It's in Spanish.
It does. Smoking does kill.
The Jose Piedra Cazadores are clearly labeled that they will kill you.
I like the other little thing on the back.
I don't know what that is. As far as the cigar itself, my wrapper is, I would say toothy, but I want to say more like lumpy.
It's gritty. It's like construction paper. It's dry.
Very dry.
Veiny. The way it's wrapped, it appears cheap.
Mine has sides.
The ring label
flat
here is just a flat piece of paper.
Stuck together with saliva.
What kind of cap is this?
It looks like a very sloppy double cap.
Okay.
This is definitely not a triple cap, but a sloppy double cap. But no discerning aroma except tobacco.
No, I don't smell anything.
I sort of smell tobacco. My foot's a little cracked, so these aren't the finest Habanos crafted cigars, but they're also very cheap. So
I give it a 97.
I'm hoping for a decent everyday cigar.
It's going to slide my band off.
Yeah, the band will probably slide right off.
Well, I wanted to do it while I could.
These are a mixed filler, so they are not whole leaf. So we'll see how these perform. The box code on these Cazadores is SRU February 2011. So age would make these like a great cigar, right, Ed?
Well, they're 5 years old, so I guess.
A little old for my liking.
Pre-lit draw is I only get like a cedar, muted cedar. Upon first light, I get just a tobacco with a little bit of nuttiness to it. You get some nuttiness out of it.
Yeah, I'd say so. My wrapper is cracked about a third of the way up.
Before you even started. It's gonna get worse with heat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just get a kind of a straight tobacco with a little bit of nuttiness to it. Nothing really else to it. The finish is non-existent. I don't even taste the finish at all. What do you get?
Gunpowder.
Gunpowder, really?
The taste and smell are like it's like I'm shooting clay.
Cool.
It's exactly. It's like I just shot my shotgun 20 times, and that's what it smells like.
And now we know why they're so inexpensive.
I like gunpowder.
Yeah, I'm not getting very little flavor, really. You get anything out? You're burnt almost down to the first third.
I mean,
The retro
bit
ale.
of tang, you know, a little bit of that menthol.
I'm not getting any of that.
The retro ale has a little bit of kick, but not overpowering. Doesn't really burn. But it's,
Yeah, just a little bit of white pepper on the retro ale. It's very smooth on the retro ale. What was that?
overall smooth, decent flavor.
So far, you know, fairly muted, but we'll get further down into the cigar and we'll see how the Jose Piedra progresses. Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt, and Ed here for the Jose Piedra Cuban mix filler, cheapo. But so far, I don't think it's been tragic. Ed, your first third?
The flavors started out muted, but now it's starting to kick up a little bit. I mean, it's straight ahead. Nothing pops out. It's just, you know, you still get that Cuban tobacco taste. Just it's kind of muted. It's not, you know, as strong as a higher end stick.
Yeah. What about yourself, sir?
Tastes like tobacco.
It does, doesn't it?
It's got earthy notes, you know, it just kind of tastes like dirt.
Yeah, kind of muddy.
Not a bad flavor. I've got a good burn on this one. The draw's a little bit tight. It's unraveling at the head slightly. It's a cheap stick, but not a bad everyday stick so far. It's enjoyable. It hasn't really made me work for anything. It's burning well. Just not overly impressed, but not disappointed.
I would kind of agree. I make fun of these often. These and Coavas. But and I remember at least one other time I got halfway through and threw it away. But I'm getting the same flavors, very straight ahead, Cuban tobacco, a little bit of tang to it. There's zero complexity, but the draw's good. My draw's good. The burn is good. Fair amount of smoke. There really is no finish. I mean, the finish is 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and then it's gone. But it's, you know, it's an enjoyable cigar. It's not a cigar to sit and taste the flavors because there really is only one. But so far, so good.
Just a retro hail and it burned. Now this one, like the Hupman that we just reviewed before this one, does again leave somewhat of a chalky feel and taste in my mouth, which, as we discussed, is common.
You enjoy it
amongst Cuban cigars. So it does have a little bit of a powdery finish.
It's got that.
I wouldn't say creamy, but powdery.
Okay. Yeah, I think that it, you know, for what it is so far, it's doing pretty well. So we'll get further down in this cigar, and we'll see how it progresses, if it does. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. We got the slow cowboy over here.
Hello.
And Edward, smoking the Jose Piedra. Cazadores. Ed, your second, third, sir.
Nothing's really changed. I mean, the flavor's a little bit more. I mean, but overall, I'd say the flavors are very muted. Definitely mild-bodied cigar.
I would definitely say it's mild body.
Maybe once in a while, it might catch up the medium.
Yeah.
But
What about you, slow cowboy?
He's okay. It kind of tastes like an old bowling alley smells.
Is that on the flavor wheel? I'm getting very similar flavors, except
The bowling alley.
the smell might be bowling alley smell, but I actually have a leak. It's cracked down by where I'm drawing, so it's kind of annoying to try to cover that up and get a good draw. I do get occasional floral notes, so that's the only thing I'm getting besides straight tobacco. It just is what it is. It's an everyday cheap cigar. So
I mean, I get a little.
Tautology cat is tautology cat.
I get a little pepper on the retro.
the retro hail. Yeah, I get some white pepper on the retro hail. Straight tobacco on the finish. There's nothing there but straight tobacco. Which it would be nice if it just gave you one different flavor one on the retro hail, one on the draw, one on the finish. But I guess for whatever it is, $1.50 a stick or $1.70 a stick.
Under $2.
Yeah, it's a cheap cigar, as cheap as you're going to get in Cuba. So, but you know, it's construction kind of sucks, but I guess you get what you pay for, right? The flavor's not horrible.
Yeah. For the everyday working man, you want to smoke 3 sticks a day that are from Cuba, this is your stick.
Yeah, and make sure that you ash it quite frequently, because you will drop ash all over yourself.
Which I've done many times.
A few.
Yeah.
So we'll attempt to get all the way down to the end of this cigar, and we'll let you know how it finishes up.
Titties.
Cigar audit back here to finish out, somewhat, thank God, the Jose Piedra Cazadores. Mine's not really drawing correctly, and I'm probably okay with that. So Matt, rate your cigar, sir.
Over 9,000. Probably in based mostly on value. I would say an 81. It is starting to come apart a little bit. At the very end, it's beginning to get a little bit bitter. Basically, I would say this is a Philly blunt rolled in Cuba. It is a cheap value cigar that just tastes like cigar, straight through. No complex notes, nothing fancy. Just it's a good enough cigar.
A yard cigar.
Decent, cheap stick.
Ed?
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I'd give it about an 84. Construction was poor, but if you're on a budget and you like still some Cuban tobacco taste, I mean, it's not the greatest tobacco. It's not complex at all. Not very strong, but you still get that earthy Cuban taste. Short fillers are usually a problem. However, I haven't had any problems really with it being a short filler. I haven't gotten anything in my mouth or anything.
Other than some other things.
Well, they do have a tendency to crack, and when they get down to the last third, get bitter. This one, however, is not. Having smoked quite a few of these, they can be hit and miss on the draw and on the construction. Some are worse than others, but like I said, I think these were like about $1.70 a stick or so when you catch them on sale. So that's where I get the 84.
So you can see I just removed this wrapper. It peeled and shredded, took off a little bit of the outer wrapper. So again, not great construction, cheaply made. You get what you pay for it.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You get what you pay for. It's a cheap stick. Mine's getting bitter, and I have a crack down by the head of the cigar, so when I draw, it's actually leaking air, which hurts probably makes it less bitter, which I'm okay with. But I get slight bit of tar work up here at the end. But you know, I would have probably said mid-80s through the first half. Once I hit the halfway point, it got bitter, tougher to draw on. And straight ahead, I got a few floral notes, but that was essentially 1/100th of the percent of the cigar. So I'm going to give it an 80 because it's a cigar. It's not quite to the chuckable point if it wasn't for the leak, but I'm pretty much done with this cigar. So that's how I roll. But next time,
So we're done with these.
we are done with these. Yeah, absolutely. You seem happy about that. So next time we'll have a good cigar, and we'll have to talk Mr. Ed into bringing his Monte Cristo number 2s that have almost 2 years on them. Thanks again for watching Cigar Audit. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and check us out on Facebook, like us, and don't forget to check out cigaraudit.com. Any lasting words, gentlemen? And that's not a word.
Deuces.
Peace. See you next time.